YN's in the building. How y'all doing? My name is Eric Michael. Like you say, I'm the founder of Just Create. I like to call myself a kingdompreneur. Somebody that basically focuses on the transformation of the people we serve, basically, right? And we've been doing this for like the last year or whatnot, but anyway, the way God's been moving, it's only him that can really be the reason why I am, right? So as an entrepreneur, like I said, I follow Christ. And I want to take us to the book of Matthew real quick. Because if you are a kingdompreneur, you have to look at the one who you're following. So in Matthew 4:18 through 20, first time we see Jesus say anything to the disciples, follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. So we look at that scripture, right? And we're like, okay, cool, I'm going to follow Christ. But what happens after yes? What happens after you give God your yes? See, if you don't have a strong enough why, you won't be able to withstand what comes after yes. Because it's not pretty when you're giving God your yes. It's not pretty going out in the deep. It's not pretty going out and doing things that nobody else is willing to do. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you who you used to be. It's going to cost you who you used to be known for. Yeah, your friends, they used to be with you, but then when you shift, what happens when they don't shift with you? You see, this is a lonely path to what it is you want, and what everybody wants is freedom. How much does freedom cost to you? Are you willing to leave your mother, your son, your brother, your friends to see the life that God shows you with your eyes closed? Are you willing to die daily? Are you willing to do the things that other people won't do so you can have the life that you actually want to live? You see, it's cute to say I'm an entrepreneur, but what happens when the things that you want doesn't go the way you want it to go? That's why it's important to be clear on who you are. If you're not clear on who you are, how will you ever know who you're supposed to serve? See, kingdompreneurship is based on the transformation that you had inside yourself first. Too often, when we have a business, we think about, I can make a lot of money. I don't have to work a job. I can be on my own time. But what happens when your business is actually harmful than helpful? See, your business should be a place that should heal people. That's what Christ did. On his whole ministry, he went on and said, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made well? So you got to ask yourself, does your business ask the same question? Do you want to make them well? Do you want to heal them? Are you willing to go through the pain that they're going through? Are you obsessing over the thing they're obsessing over? But that's why you need direction. All direction is instructions from Christ. Because too often, we want to go out into the world blind and not knowing what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, God gave you the idea, but what happens when you go before God and now you're lost? Because you didn't check back into the one you're following. It said, follow me, not go before me. And that's why we look like how we look. Because we're in the dark. We're lost. Like it says in Genesis 1. Verse 2, the earth was without form and dark. And that's how most of us look. Because we didn't stop to speak back to the Creator. See, God told us he was a creator and he was speaking to creation. So if he's a creator and he speaks to the creation, why haven't you heard God's voice today? Why is it that when you go out into your field, go out into your ministry, you're going out blind and not knowing who you're supposed to be serving? Because you're not actually in position. What's the position look like? Prayer. See, in Just Create, what I'm going to always do is I'm going to convict people. You can't stay the same around me. You can't talk the same. You can't walk the same. You can't look the same because I'm a dead man walking every day because I died for Christ years ago. See, I can talk like that because I died like that. See, my yes is weighty. My yes has wounds that shows that healing is possible. My yes looks like a single father going through everything he has to go through for his daughter to make sure that she doesn't fall victim to the same thing he fell victim to. My yes is being a man that my brother can look at because he's autistic and he can't have a life of his own, so he looks at me. My yes is going through the pains and suffering of losing your father and your grandmother in the same week. My yes looks different than your yes because I went through it. So don't look at me and say, oh, this looks cute. It's not cute. It's painful. Persecution is necessary to the promise. But the persecution prepares you for the promise that God has for you. But it's all in my last point, which is execution. How much do you believe in the thing that God put inside you? Just like we read in 2 Kings when he told the man to strike the ground so everybody is free, right? And strike the ground, and strike the ground, and strike the ground. But when he stopped, he got mad. Why did he get mad? Was it because of disobedience? No. He said to strike the ground so everybody is free. He stopped. Why did you stop? So now God has to go to somebody else so they can get free. Because you stopped. Because you didn't see it. Because you didn't believe. Because you didn't think that freedom was for you just like it was for them. How bad do you want to be free? How bad do you want the life that you actually been praying to God for? Can you sit in silence? Can you sit in that season where it's just you and God? Can you do the things that your family members never done? Because everybody has an opinion, but nobody has instructions. Everybody has an opinion, but nobody has instructions. God told me to do this, but the opinions of others tell us to do that. God told me to do this, but the opinion of others, the fear I have tells me to do that. How important is God's voice in your life? Can you really trust the stillness of it? Can you trust the sovereignty of it? Can you trust that it's still good even though it doesn't feel good? I say this again because I want to make sure you understand it. If you don't have a strong enough why, you won't be able to withstand what comes after yes. The enemy is watching you, prowling, looking who he can devour. And we hear and we say so much scripture, but the word is not really in us. It's memorable. We can quote it, but is it really us? I'm a walking Bible. I'm a walking testimony. I'm a walking, living, double-edged sword. That's why my intro music was Rob Hell, because I'm robbing hell with my voice right now. Your business, your life should set somebody free because you're free. What does your yes mean? If I had to tag a title to this message, I would call it the gospel for creatives. The gospel for creatives. What does the gospel do? What does the gospel do? You're spreading the good news, right? Well, why does nobody know about the good news you have inside of you? Yeah, it's good you have a business, right? But why does nobody know about it? Yeah, it's good you can speak. But why has nobody heard you? Yeah, it's good you can coach. But why aren't you helping somebody? You can have all the talents in the world, but what does it matter if you're not helping somebody else unlock who they're supposed to be? I'm going to finish off with this. When you become you, they become them. But when you don't become you, you're robbing somebody else from living the life they're supposed to live. So because you're afraid to become you, whose life are you robbing? Somebody is praying for you to be you, but you're afraid to be you. Just as the Israelites was praying to God for the answer, God was speaking to Moses. So somebody is praying to God and they're speaking to you and you're not moving. If you don't have a strong enough why, you won't be able to withstand what comes after yes. So if you really want to set people free, die first so they can see what freedom looks like. The gospel for creatives.
Bro, what's up? Yeah, it's really them. Try been catching bodies every year. That's trapezing them. I'm bleeding them. I heard